Okay guys, now I'm going to bring you a tutorial video for a non-budget version Swordcraft, which is quite similar to the one that I made last time, and this time I include some of the gold and legend cards. It's still much easier to make than the general one. I'm going to tell you like if you don't have some specific card and how you are going to replace them, or let's say you have a lot of cards and you want to actually make a better deck to fit into your current meta. Let's say because I'm at rank A1, so it actually is my build to fit into the current meta. So it might be different for you. So I will give you some suggestions and some card choice and why I picked them. First of all, I'm sorry that I'm actually playing the Japanese version, so all the cards they will be in Japanese. I'll try to explain most of them and what they do, and I hope you will like this video. And don't forget to share the video, click the like button, subscribe or anything, appreciate it. So the first card we will be talking about, Quick Blader, easy, 1/1 Storm. Play, your opponent take 1, and then Aura's Knight, 2 mana, calm down. You have Great True Body, which is both 1/1. They are followers, soldier followers. They can be powered up by all your commander's effect. Herald soldiers, 2/2. When there's a commander come into play, you get +1/+0. We have a lot of things to combo with it, like the Battle Fencers, +1/+0, which is a commander. To give your opponent like 4 damage in turn 2, which is very good. And also Fencer, make it a 3/3, +1 attack when the commander comes into play, 4 damage on phase, very good. Cantor's Vanguard, when you have a commander, this card gain Storm. So it actually doesn't matter after that if the commander die in the same turn or not, as long as when it comes into play, there's a commander that's it, you have Storms, you can attack into your opponent's phase. So the reason why you play this is we do have a lot of commanders, and as long as more of them is in the board, you can just drop it and it just becomes like another Dynamite Dropper. They just give 2 direct damage to the face, and sometimes if you can evolve, I really like to evolve it and make it a 4/3. So your opponent just must take care of it, and most likely your commander will survive. Maybe for the next Cantor's Vanguard, or maybe like for Wind God, and we do have some other cards that actually power up the commander as well, which most of the players that don't play them. So we will talk about that later. So now we have the Lancer, 2/2 Ward. Okay, this is a key card, especially against like a lot of matchup now. They actually play Goblin or something like that, which is a 1 to cast 1/2, and our Quick Blader is really weak against that. So if let's say you can just turn 1 Quick Blader, turn 2 Lancer, you just hold off all their 1-drop minions on bay, and they have just to play their 2 cost minions, which most likely don't have Ward, and then you are going to just deal another 3 damage into their face again, which is a very good situation for us. Not to mention that sometimes, like especially in the mid game, you just evolve this, attack into your opponent 1/1, especially against like Aggro Swordcraft, Shadowcraft, and then their Phantom Hound just cannot go through it easily unless they use like Mimi Coco, or they have to use their evolve as well. So Novice Trooper, because we just want to play almost every creature we can for if they have storms, 2/2 storm, take your face is good. As I said, protect your Quick Blader or protect all your 2/1 minions by attacking to your opponent 1/2 minions or 1/1 minions is also good. Sometimes it's just your very good top decks and finishers to actually end the games, because most of the deck now they don't play Ward that much. Promised Princess. Okay, this is there's a slight tweak for the deck. I used to play 2, now I play 3. The first thing, it is the commander. If you have the Havoc soldiers, Vervid soldiers in play, you can actually make the Vervid soldier become 3/2, and you actually summon a Quick Blader, because the Quick Blader is the only 1-drop in the deck. So you're actually also giving 4 damage to your opponent in turn 3, and having like 3 to 4 creatures in play, which your opponent just have a lot of problems to deal with it, because they don't have the evolve point yet. And she herself is a 2/1, which is important, because it just costs 3. So sometimes you just play this, and then like turn 5 you just play this, play Cantor's Vanguard. You just have 2 storm creatures in a turn for 5 mana. And not to mention that this is a 2/1, you can actually evolve this, and get rid of your opponent wand and get in 3 damage. So the last card, the next card I was talking about is actually why I actually play 2 Gandhar's Vanguard. I used to play 3, so I changed one of them to Demon Strike, because Demon Strike deal damage no matter you have a commander in play or not, which is sometimes important because the opponent just have some white, which is what we hate the most, and we can usually put our opponent to 2 or 1 life, but we just cannot finish the game off. So I just realized that Demon Strike might be the best choice, and especially due to the wake up of now there's a new deck coming out, which is called the Face Dragons. This is also a card that bring us interaction with them at least, because some of them will just evolve their creatures, which is become like 3/3 or 3/4, 4/4, and then they will attack into your minion, and they will just left 3 toughness, but they are going to attack your face every turn after that. And it's quite hard for us to actually raise them because they have so much burst, while we are slightly lesser. So Demon Strike can actually kill that creature, and our minion will still attack for damage, and they have to do something else to actually take care of our followers. So I think this is one of the main reason that I think Demon Strike now is actually better than the Vanguard, Cantor's Vanguard. So White General, you evolve it, you become a 5/5. You kill your opponent ward, you kill your opponent most threatening creature followers, and then you have your soldiers +2/+0. They attack for extra 2 damage in phase. Just as simple as that. Very powerful before you have evolve point, especially like you're going first, which you always want to do. And this is the card that you just play it, and you have a very huge import in the board even without evolving. Flora Fencer, okay, when you're going second, this is your last hope, because going second means that your opponent is going to play the first 2/2 minions in the game, and if you know how important a 2/2 minion is, then you will know that going second is really not where we want to be in. So Flora Fencer can actually just turn the tide, and just by evolving, you get her to 4/5, and you will get a 2/2 and 1/1 body. For just 4 mana, you actually get a 6/7. You just 6 attack and 7 toughness split into 3 bodies, which is amazingly good, because you have to know that these games, one minion, no matter how big it is, unless you have ward, it can only attack into 1 creature. So the more creature you have, the harder your opponent can deal with them, and unless they have some specified cards to actually do so. So the Flora Fencer is actually our key card, and it's easy to obtain. Just go through the story if you haven't, and you will get 3 copies of it for free. And Wind God, I just play 1. Used to play 2 or 3, and I just realized that now the current meta, the removal is just so heavy, and it's very hard for her to shine. But there's still some matchup you really need her, like for the best example, Vampire, and sometimes Bishops, that you just really want that 1 or 2 damage in. And the reason why you still play this instead of the Sage Commander that everyone else is actually playing is because you want to actually combo it with your Flora Fencer. So you just turn 4, you play your Flora Fencer, attack into your opponent, clear their board, you have a full board. They will just play something, evolve, kill 1 of your creatures, you still have 4 of your creatures left. And then you play the Wind God, all of them is just going to +1/+0, including the Wind God herself. So if your opponent don't have ward, you just evolve 1 of your other minions, and then your opponent is just going to take 6 damage without counting the base damage from your followers. And then usually they will take like 10 or 11 damage that turn, and then you just die, or they are just so close to die that they'll most likely concede after that. And this also puts your opponent into a very tough situation, because they have to deal with the whole board instead of just deal with the Wind God. And it's not like Siege Commander, because the Wind God herself, just by standing there every turn, if you get a +1/+0, it's just so threatening. Your opponent have to do something about it. They cannot like just play a ward and ignore it at all. It's not like the Siege Commander. They can just play a very big ward like the Aurora or something and ignore this. Now they cannot. They have to either evolve and kill this, or they have to just use something like Angelic Barrage or something to actually get rid of your other minions to control it before it actually goes out of control. And then the next card I will be talking about is the only legend I'm actually playing. which most of the other region doesn't really fit into this particular strategy, which is the aggro, because they are more toward the mid game and late game. So the best card that I can think of is Tsubaki, because Tsubaki just gives you the ability to get rid of your opponent's big minions that you are really weak against. So, and also you have the stealth ability that you are always weak against your opponent's spot removal as well, target removal as well. So this just cannot be target, cannot be attack. You get rid of their minions, and most likely they will have ward, and then or maybe you just want to try to control the board back, and then after that the next turn you can just attack in for 4 damage, which is just so good. Not to mention that you can evolve it to a 6 damage. And I do remember there's a game my opponent just evolved Goblin Mount Demon, and then I just play this, destroy that, my other minions attack to his evolve attack into his face, and then the next turn he clear off all the other minions, but he cannot target Tsubaki, so I just evolve Tsubaki and attack 6 for 6 and win the game. So this shows that how powerful she is against most likely all the control players. And by having this, just sometimes your opponent just don't dare to actually play evolve their ward, so it will be even slightly easier for us to actually get rid of them. The next card that we will be talking about is Alvida's Command. Okay, you get a 2/2/3 ward and 3/2 storm minion into play at the same time. So how powerful is this card? Okay, for example, your opponent have a 4/4 ward in play, and he's at 3 life. Okay, you just evolve your 2/3 into 4/5, attack into his ward, clear that off, attack with your Vikings, and then he's dead. So there's another situation. Your opponent have 5 life left, have a lot of threatening minions that most likely will kill you next turn, but he's at 5 life. Evolve your Vikings and you win the game. Just that simple. So this card is very powerful in like a lot of different situations. And the last card that I'll be talking about, Dragonute Charlotte. The card that I like the most in the deck, but unfortunately is a bit too high cost that sometimes it's just stuck in your hand for like 4 or 5 turns. But when it gets played, it's just so powerful that I just don't want to get it out, because you have Storm. It's a 4/7, very good body, and then you have Ward, protect all your other small minions from getting attacked, especially like Playful Necromancer and Phantom Hound, or like some other clans like those Vampire Bats and those Vampire Queens Bats and those. So by having haste, by having Storm, I mean, you just give damage direct to your opponent's face, and then have Ward is very good against especially Mordecai, because at turn 8 usually your opponent will just, and you will both have no evolve point, because you are so aggro, they have to use all of them to actually survive. And turn 8 your opponent play a Mordecai and you play a Charlotte, you attack into their face, they take 4, they try to attack you, they can't kill you, you have 4/2 left, you attack into their face again, and you have some other minions attacking at the same time, and finally he can attack and get rid of a Charlotte, but he's just so low in life total. He already lose 8 life for doing so, even he play Mordecai first. So what will happen when you just play the Charlotte before they play the Mordecai is they have to actually have a removal, or if they play Mordecai they just lose the game. Okay. Another thing I want to mention is when you evolve it is a 6/9, and the 9 is particularly is a very good number because it survived the revelations. That I want to mention is it's a 6/9. You don't only deal 6 damage, you have a 9 toughness to actually survive and protect your other minions. And not to forget that most of the removals nowadays is based on damage. So 9 damage is a really tough spot for your opponent to be in, unless you are playing against Dimension Shift Witch. But that deck is not that popular now, so you won't face that often. But other than the deck, I think most of the deck will have problem to remove this other than their executions. But I doubt that if they still have their execution at this point, because most likely they will have to be forced to use it in like slightly earlier stage to get rid of your other minion in order to survive. So this is a good reason why we actually play this. So yeah, so we talk about almost every cards. What you want to have in your mulligans, okay? I will most likely, if I don't have a quick blader, I will like to mulligan almost every card other than I will keep one 2 cost minions. And let's say if I don't have cost 2 and below minions, then I will just mulligan the whole hand. But sometimes if let's say you are, especially if you are playing second, you want to keep Flora Fencer always if you are playing second. If you are playing first, and unless you have a quick blader and another true drop, then you might as well just keep the whole hand. Otherwise, you would just want to mulligan the Flora Fencer away, even though it is so important. In the matchup, okay, surprisingly our best matchup is actually against Bishop, which a lot of people might think is a bad matchup, but I will show some video later, and then you can just look at them. Our worst matchup is Shadowcraft. Our best matchup is actually Bishop, Vampire, not Vampire, Bishop, and then Aggro, most of other Aggro decks around, and then Dimension Shift Witch as well, because we are not like mid range that we take forever to kill them. They turn 5, turn 6, they are dead, so it's impossible for them to actually combo off in turn 6. So most likely we will win, and we have just so many storm creature that we can actually just beat the Purge Elf so badly that they just cannot come back, and they just don't stand a chance at all. So yeah, now we are going to see some games.